my loves! I want to talk about the books that I bought lately, from March and out, books that I've acquired, because I love books. I'm very lucky to be able to spend money on whatever I want, and to have like a bookseller near me that I want to support. I feel like there's this whole like, don't post your hauls on BookTube. Just mainly because consumerism. And it's just this like idea of not like you just buy the books for whatever reason, you feel like you need them, and then you don't read them. Like, I know my TBR is a huge... I don't really like to talk about it like a TBR though, because it's... like, if I call it a TBR list, it feels like I need to hurry. Like I'm doing something bad. Or like I'm breaking some kind of rule I'm not following or anything. It's either a book I've read or a book I haven't read. I think we can just jump right into it. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read Daisy Jones. Well, I listened to Daisy Jones and the Six. I really liked it. What really made it that book for me was the actors in it. It's read by a variety of different people. Because if you don't know, Daisy Jones and the Six is set in the 70s, and it's a mock documentary kind of novel. So it's based around fictional people and fictional things that happens, but it's written like a non-fiction. And it's written purely in interview form. And I think hearing it like an audiobook really, really helped, because you heard the voices and the different tones and all of that. It's about a Hollywood person now, a Hollywood actor. Her name is Evelyn Hugo, and she hires a journalist to write her autobiography. And she tells this journalist about her life. If you're new here, like I don't talk about it in every single video, I'm an actor. I find film and just acting in general, and people who do that as a career, I think they're very interesting, and I am interested in that. That's the first one. I also have The Female Persuasion by Meg Wolitzer. This is said to be a literary masterpiece. It's about a student going to college, basically having the perfect life ahead of her, and then she meets her professor, a female professor, and I think they may... I'm not entirely sure. It's not explicitly said at the back. It's not explicitly said that they get together, but it is said to be an epic love story. So I don't know if it is lesbian representation or whatever, but I'm really excited about it. It's compared to A Little Life and The Secret History, which, that's massive books. Very, very popular books. One of my friends recently read this and thought it was really good. I don't know, I like reading the female narrative. It's also really pretty. It's pleasing to look at. The whole thing of like book covers don't matter is a lie. It's a blatant lie. If book covers didn't matter, there wouldn't be book covers. A book cover that was ugly wouldn't make or break the book. Well, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but that's the whole point of the book cover though. We also have Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evaristo. I've heard so much good about this. I also watched one review, which had some interesting points. A review by Books by Lanus. I link her channel below because she's so good at reviews and just book content in general. That's not. It's about Britain, and it's about Britain through the lives of 12 different women. It's about the past and the future and now, and it's very, I don't know, I feel like it's a commentary of some sorts. I also have Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I was so excited when I got this for my birthday in May. There is something about growing up in a small town, in a country even, that isn't like... because the books that you want to read, that you see on BookTube for example, they're not really available to you until like a year or two afterwards. So when I saw Little Fires Everywhere, I was really excited for it. It's about a small town. It's about a family that is somewhat perfect, or like not problematic at all. They live their life, and then one day a family arrives and rent out their condo, I think, and that sort of threatens this community in a way. And then there is a fire. And also the Hulu series is coming out now, but I always want to read the book before I watch the adaptation, any kind of movie adaptation, if it's series or whatever. I like making the images in my head, you know, without disturbance from faces or areas that have been shown on movie. The next are actually 3 books. I have 2 of them here because I've lent the middle away. It's the His Dark Materials series from Philip Pullman. So it's Northern Lights. I can't remember what the second one is called. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. And then the third one is The Amber Spyglass. I heard this series is banned a lot of places because it talks about like breaking away from religion or something like that. Is it banned somewhere in America? I heard that it is. And honestly, like, I never read this series as a young girl, which is atrocious. And I really want to read it, that's why. There's this beautiful box set. It is, so this book series is known as the Golden Compass book series. Golden Compass is the American title. Northern Lights is the British. Why do they do that? Change the title from American and British books into American, like Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone. Why do they do that? America's dumb. Anyway, the first book in A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. Yeah, also another series. I've heard so many good things about this. I've heard many good things about V. Schwab in general. Yeah, this is about a man. Well, this is about like an alternate universe where London is in alternate universes. Like you have White London, and then you have, well, Grey London, Red London, Black London, and White London, and they are sort of at different deterioration rates. So there's like Black London is completely ruined, I think. White London is sort of like still a rebellion state, like that kind of thing. And it's about like magic, and then the main character in here, he has the power to travel between the Londons. So he's like a messenger and also a smuggler, I think. His name's Kel. It's interesting. I also have Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by Caitlin Doughty. This, I bought this solely because Kat from A Paperback Dreams, I'll also link her below, is obsessed with this book. It is that necessary right now? So this is a non-fiction from a woman, well, from Caitlin Doughty. And she works as a mortician. She deals with dead people, and it's like, this is something that answers a lot of questions around death and what happens after you die. Not like with your soul, but like with your physical body. Like, how do you prepare somebody for burial? How do you cremate somebody? Like, what's happening? And it's apparently like extremely well done memoir and nonfiction, just of a very like obscure topic that you don't really think about. Nonfiction is so great. You can literally obtain information through having fun. Crazy. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So this is kind of a controversial one, just because Sylvia Plath, well, this is written in the 1950s, and some of the things written in here are just blatantly racist, like bad language or something. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I've also heard like it's people's favorite book, like of all time. Okay. I've never read anything from Sylvia Plath. I really enjoy this cover. It's fun. Working in a fashion magazine over the summer in 1953. And there's something like a little bit off about existing, I guess. So the next books that I want to share with you, I don't actually have, because Book Depository haven't actually delivered them to me yet, even though I ordered them like a month and a half ago. It's the Twilight series, the whole Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, all of them. In English, because I'm having a read-along with a friend group where we read the Twilight books, or at least, I mean, I was supposed to, but I don't have them yet, before Midnight Sun release in August 4th, actually. I have it on my calendar. Of course I've read Twilight before, but I never owned them in English, only in Norwegian, and I want to go in depth into this book series. Like, I want to figure out, like, what is it all about, what is, acceptable, what is fun, what is not. I want to analyze this book series, and I want to, there is something about the feeling of, like, enjoying something so deeply without caring about other people's opinion of either you or the thing you're enjoying. There's been so many times where I've been like, oh yeah, I'm planning on rereading Twilight, and people are like, why? And I'm like, okay, but are you being judgmental because you genuinely don't enjoy Twilight, or are you being judgmental because society told you to? Have your own opinions. And it's just like, I'm tired of not just accepting the fact that I enjoy stuff. Like, I'm tired of being shameful of absolutely everything I do in my life. Am I not allowed to just have interests without people going over them? Hello? Let me fucking like this trash thing. I genuinely love Twilight so much. So let's see if we actually receive them before August. So the next books are books I bought today. And the first three ones are these small samples. I've been talking about samples before and why I like them. I like the look of them in the collection and having them like just on the shelf. The first one is Stancliffe's Hotel by Charlotte Bronte, and it's a vignette. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it's a vignette. It was £2. And it's like is it a fantasy world, like an imaginary kingdom, it says on the back. And it's like, it's super easy. It's like 100 pages. I really enjoy just small tastes of authors. I also have, the next one is Shirley Jackson's The Missing Girl. It's horror, malice, deception, and creeping dread. Give it to me. It's also like really short. It's like 50 pages. Not even that. Barely. Nightmare. Oh, it's like multiple stories. I think it's 2? 3? want to read more horror, but I don't know. There are just so many bad horror novels out there. But I think Shirley Jackson is like a good one to start with. The last one of these are George Orwell's Notes on Nationalism. I need to learn more and I want to learn more. It talks about anti-Semitism, negative nationalism, transferred nationalism, which is like, hold on, let me actually find that. Which is communism, political Catholicism, color feeling, apparently. So race, I guess, and then class feeling. It's like class hierarchy. I think questioning society like this is extremely useful, something that we all should do. And when it costs you £1, go get it. Today I also bought The Color Purple by Alice Walker. This is about an American girl in the deep south, of the tale of Celie, a young black girl born into poverty and segregation. She goes through a lot of really bad things in her life, and then she meets a woman called Shug Avery, and they start a relationship. Yeah, it says it's one of the all-time greats of literature. This is one of the books you hear about since you're very young. It's such a nice cover. I'm disappointed in myself, especially since I filmed that bookshelf tour, my last video, and realized halfway through like how fucking white my shelves are, and I was like suddenly super aware of my own privilege. And I've been seeking out, like, that's what you have to do, like you have to seek out these books because they're not actually being pushed on you, I guess. The same way a lot of white authors are being pushed on you. This is also written like letters. It's written in letter form from the main character to God, like you are God. Last book I have to share with you today is Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. This book is massive. It's because it's like the big paperback versions. It's really floppy though, which I appreciate. Dark Academia. What's it called? Secret History didn't really do it for me. I really like Dark Academia. I think that's like an aesthetic that would really appeal to me, and did appeal to me a lot of the time throughout Secret History. Ninth House is, set at like a prep school. Hold on, let me just read this. Why are people screaming outside? Please! This is about someone who is monitoring Yale's secret societies, and suddenly there's a death or a murder, and there is this whole like, what happened, the mystery of that murder. But in the same like sort of book haul thing, I did also buy Kudos by Rachel Kusk. But I didn't mention it here because I mentioned it in my bookshelf tour. So I thought it was sort of unnecessary to again talk about my opinions about that book. I think it's completely allowed to buy books that you are genuinely excited about and that you want on your shelf. Books are such a huge part of my personality. I guess when you spend so much time doing something, it becomes a big part of who you are. Obviously. It's really important to spend, because in this capitalist society, it's important to show with your money what you support. Like, you have to be aware of where your money is being put, because money really does, money rules everything. Money is the sole reason for existence in a capitalist society. So you actually have some sort of power, and supporting the things you care about, like books or entertainment or art, and stuff like that. You show what should be produced more and what is appreciated. I'm not shunning libraries. Libraries are an essential part of society. Again, I want to say thank you to absolutely anyone who's been sitting through all of this. Please tell me what you're excited about and some of your opinions on the books. I'll see you sometime, maybe? Maybe. I guess. Goodbye.